Good morning, friends. Hi, Phil McPhail here with United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine. Have you been looking for a waterfront property to build your Maine cabin on, but you don't have the budget for a $100,000 lakefront lot up here in Maine? Well, come along with me today. I'm going to show you this really beautiful 4.6 plus or minus acre lot in the town of Chester with some nice frontage on the stream behind me, some beautiful trees. I'm going to show you the location, tell you a little bit about the area, and take a nice tour walking this land together today. So let's go. We're located here on Woodville Road, also known as Route 116 in the town of Chester. This property is 4.6 plus or minus acres. We've got over 950 feet of frontage on Route 116 on the paved road. This is a year-round maintained road by the state of Maine. If you come here without us and you drive by, you look at it, it looks a little kind of wet off the road, but once you get in there, it comes up on a nice knoll. We'll show you that here shortly. This is an off-grid location, so grid power is not here. We do have a communication line running down the road, but no power lines. So we're going to walk up the road here a little bit. There's actually two streams on the property. One cuts across the road. There's a beautiful little beaver pond on the opposite side of the road that's often has moose and ducks and geese in it. And there's geese in there we can hear this morning. And that stream comes across and dumps into Ebhorse stream, which this property fronts on. So let's go walk in the woods and take a good look at the property. You can see this pond on the map across the road from the property we're offering here today. But this is a beautiful habitat for moose and deer and wading birds, ducks and geese. And there's one of the largest beaver houses I've ever seen in my life. You can probably see it off in the distance there. So you get all kinds of game right in this area with very few neighbors. There's not another house or a cabin in sight here. We're in about the apex of the turn here on the road frontage. And on a state road like this, you do need to get an entrance permit from the Department of Transportation. Just an FYI for you, if you're looking to buy this property, you need to remember that. You do need quite a bit of sight distance. In this apex, we got, gosh, hundreds of yards this way, hundreds of yards that way of visibility. There's an old dead fir tree standing here. If you're coming on to look at the property on your own, it's about where we're going in. I'm going to walk in here and show you how this comes up on a nice knoll with some older growth trees and a really nice spot for building a cabin or maybe just putting an RV site in here. Okay, we're in here about 50 feet off the road now, and you'll notice to my left, which is the north side of the property going towards the stream, the land drops down. That's where that other stream that flows out of that beaver pond across the road comes across. Right here, we've got a little esker running through here of high ground. I believe the soils here are supposed to be a sandy, silty loam material. That's probably what it is if it's shown on that map, but you'd have to have a soil test done. But I think you could build a driveway right in here and follow this contour and get a nice access point down here on the stream that I'm going to show you here in a little bit. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss the nice high bank on Ebhorse Stream. As we walk in through here, you're going to see a lot of spruce and fir, probably more balsam fir in here than anything else. We've got some birches mixed in, a few cedars. You'll notice on the map that this is a pie-shaped piece of property, but don't worry, down here on this building site end, it opens up pretty wide and you got all kinds of privacy off the road. But bringing a driveway down this little esker here would probably be the easiest way to access the property and get down near the stream. We're down here now in about the widest section of this 4.6 plus minus acres. And what you see here, we got some white pine growing, more spruce and fir. Just a nice level lot in here. I think we'll take you over to the boundary so you can see that's all painted line over there. But the stream, we're probably 150 feet off of right now. I'm going to take you right down. We'll take a look at the shorefront. We're about 100 feet off the stream now, and we have come to the boundary line. And one of the nice parts of this property, where it is a triangle shape or a pie-shaped piece, is you've got only one boundary line to maintain. We've got the highway as one, we've got the stream as another, and then this painted orange line that's been here for a long time. And you can see the stream down there about 100 feet. We're going to walk down and check that out. All right, I'm down here on the shore of Ebhorse Stream, and this property is going to have roughly 450 feet of frontage along the stream. This spot here right near the boundary is a nice spot to put a small boat or a canoe in here. This is a navigable stream. Ebhorse Stream is the headwaters of Medunkyunk Stream, which runs into the Penobscot River. So this is part of the Penobscot River drainage. This is a kind of a quiet, meandering little stream down here. You get about 3.5 miles till you get down to Medunkyunk. Medunkyunk's a good little trout fishery in the spring. I used to fish Ebhorse years ago when I had more time to fish small brooks. And this is a fun place to come. You don't see many people on it, which is kind of nice. So if you like paddling, maybe doing a little trout fishing here in the spring, some waterfowl hunting in the fall. I saw a bunch of ducks in here the other day. This is a great little spot for all of those activities. This is a relatively flat piece of ground. The elevation here in the stream is approximately 205 feet above sea level. And at the height of land, we got about 215 feet above sea level. So it's a pretty easy property to improve for driveways, whatnot. Should be pretty easy to put in here. Let's talk about the location now. Chester, population about 550 people roughly as the 2020 census. We're located here just about 8 miles from downtown Lincoln. So Lincoln would be your nearest town for services such as a hospital, doctor's offices, dentists, car dealers, restaurants, gas, groceries, building supplies, everything you need. Nice little town of Lincoln, just 10 minutes drive from this location. City of Bangor is about 55 miles. That's where you find your international airport and a lot of other large stores and restaurants. Portland is about a 2-hour and 45-minute ride from here, and Boston is just around 300 miles or 4 hours and 30-minute drive roughly. From this location, there are a lot of interesting things in this area. To name just a few, we got the North Chester Orchard less than 10 miles from this location. That's a beautiful little Christmas tree farm, an apple orchard that it's a small business, been around for many decades. Beautiful place to go visit in the summer and the fall and get your tree there in the wintertime. The Penobscot River, Maine's longest river, all within the state of Maine, is just down the road. Like I said, these two streams actually are tributaries to the Penobscot. This section of the Penobscot in Chester, well known for bald eagle nestings and sightings of eagles on a daily basis. Some of the best smallmouth bass fishing you'll find anywhere in the state of Maine can be had right in this Chester, Lincoln area. If you enjoy water sports, you'll find a vast array of lakes over in the Lincoln area, from really large lakes for power boating to small, quiet little ponds where you can paddle a kayak and probably not see another human. If you enjoy watching this video, folks, don't forget, hit that subscription bell down below, put on all notifications. And if you like the video, please give us a like and share it with one of your friends. Well, that kind of concludes our tour of this 4.6 plus or minus acres of land here in the town of Chester. Let's wrap it up for you with a price. We got an asking price on this property of $32,900. This property has approximately 450 feet on Ebhorse Stream and about 950 feet of road frontage for lots of privacy out on Route 116 or Woodville Rd. Soils here are sandy and silty loams. We've got a quiet location, completely off-grid. Taxes are going to be low here, need to be determined in the new tax year, but the town of Chester has always been pretty low. If you got any questions, call the listing agent, Emily Pond. Her phone number is right here on the screen. She'd be happy to talk to you more about this property. Hope to see you guys all again soon.